Oh hey, I've been getting a lot of feedback about you guys wanting to learn some more coin magic. So today's video is going to be another coin trick that is easy to do for a beginner. It's going to look challenging, but it's super easy to do, and you'll be able to do this trick with just a little bit of practice. That's coming right up, right after this. Well, welcome back to Presto Paul TV. I'm your host, Presto Paul, and on this channel, I teach you the best tricks, tips, and techniques on how to do magic for beginners. We have a blast around here. If this is your first time viewing, you're gonna have some fun. As a matter of fact, our motto is, you gotta have fun, you'll live longer. If you like what you see here today, give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Hey, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into today's magic trick. So here's a coin trick that I call winged silver. It does use a couple of playing cards. These are from my collection of bicycle cards. These are called the Guardian series, and they have these gorgeous guardians printed on the face of them just like that. Their job is to protect the eagles on the back of these Walking Liberty half dollars, which are made from pure silver. And if you listen, you can hear the silver inside. Let's try that again. Absolutely gorgeous tone right there. Now again, the job of the angels are to protect the eagles just like that. As you can see though, there are two exposed at all times, so these guys are very, very busy. They can cover the coins here, they can cover the eagles here, here and there, or even here and there, or here and there, and here and there. But there are always two exposed. This first guy got smart. He went underneath the cover of darkness and flew up to the angel, and hopefully will land underneath the wings of the angel. There is eagle number one. Let's try it again for this guy over here. He flies underneath the cover of darkness. Ooh, and he lands underneath the wings of the angel. We have one more to go underneath this guy over here, but he has been under there so long, he's actually turned invisible. Can you see that? Okay, you can see the invisible coin, that's great. And he goes underneath the cover of darkness, and let's see. Ah, that beautiful sound of the eagle has landed. That is what I call winged silver. All right, let's break down winged silver. I need you to go grab a couple things first. Go ahead and grab a linen napkin. If you don't have a napkin, you can use a thick handkerchief. Something that you can't see through is preferable. If you don't have either of those, even a towel from your kitchen would work for now until you get something nicer to use for a performance, just so you can learn the process of the trick. You're going to need a couple playing cards if you're going to do it with cards. If you don't have cards, you can actually use these little pay envelopes. That would work too. You need something that's kind of thick, that has a little bit of bending into it. Even a newer dollar bill, a couple dollar bills would work as well. You could do it that way, and you're sticking with money for the whole theme. You could do that. If you don't have half dollar size coins, go ahead and grab some quarters. That's perfectly fine. If you have smaller hands, this might be the way you need to go anyway. So let's go ahead and get down to the table, and I'll show you how to do winged silver. All right, now that you've assembled all your props that you're gonna need, lay your cloth down on the table, put your 4 coins in a square, have your cards or whatever it is that you're using to cover the coins with in the middle of the square. There's gonna be a couple things that are gonna happen here. Some of it's gonna be underneath here and you won't be able to see it, as well as this coin. I'm gonna show you a close-up of that. But if you stick around, because this is gonna take a couple minutes to explain this, I'm gonna do it with a clear see-through cloth that you'll be able to see everything in a lot more detail of how this works. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go through the process of covering the coins in different places, showing that you cover 2 here and these 2 are exposed. So what I do is I cover these 2 first, and then I move them to the front, cover those 2 at the top. I take the top right one, move it down to here, covering that one. This one goes from the left to your right. Now this one comes over, and it's gonna do a little bit of dirty work, and I'm gonna show you what that is. I'm gonna zoom in, give me just a second. Okay, so underneath this card, what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be loading this coin under this card like that. How did I do that, you say? Good question. All I'm doing is from the top, I have my thumb on the top, my index finger on the back. All I'm doing is pressing down on the edge of the coin over here, and it lifts up just a little bit. So all you're doing is literally just picking up a coin. So if you can do this, you could do that with the card on top. There's nothing different than you're doing other than there's a card in between. So from that side, you can see I tilt it just a little bit to get my finger underneath there, and I clip the coin underneath that card. Now we're going to transfer this coin from here to there under disguise of this card. Now let me zoom out so you can see that again. So you have the cards like this, and you're coming over, and now you're going to use this card to shield what you're doing over here. So when you come across, your arm is hiding a lot of the view when you pick up that coin underneath. Now you have to transfer this coin up to this corner, and what it's going to do is going to get placed right next to that coin without touching it, but you're going to use this card to cover the coin and the card as it comes out. So you're basically taking this card, and you're going to put it over nothing because you have this one stolen underneath the card. So as soon as that comes up like that, you can move with this, and it travels up to here, and you're basically going to place it right next to that coin. You don't want to land on the coin because it'll do what we call talking. So you're going to have the coin towards the bottom, and you're going to come up, and this is the exposed view, you're just going to lay it down right next to the other coin. Now this coin is going to travel under the cover of darkness up to the coins that are here, so it's already there. So what you're going to do underneath the cloth in the corner is where some of the dirty work is being done. So you're going to take the coin under the cloth, and what you do under the cloth is you just pinch it between your index finger and your middle finger as you're holding the cloth. So that's underneath there being pinched under the corner. And remember, I'm going to do this with a with a see-through cloth here in just a second. So you're basically just handing this coin under the cloth into these two fingers. And then you just proceed up underneath the cloth with an empty hand now, and using your palm, you come up, and when you get up to the card, you give it a little flick, and it'll make that noise so they hear an audio response of a coin arriving, which is amazing to them. And when you take this card off, now you're going to load this coin underneath it to do your next transfer. So you're going to come back here, and as soon as this card comes out, your coin comes out underneath it, and is just clipping it just like you did before under the coin, or excuse me, under the card, and then you're going to come up and place it over these two. Being careful, once again, not to make noise, but you're going to bring all attention over here so they see this coin being used, and no heat's going to be over here. So again, you're just going to lay that coin right underneath those other two. So you just bring this up, and you're just basically putting it down. If a little bit of this coin sticks out, that's perfectly fine. So you have loaded the other coin, and you're reaching up to grab this one as you do it. So it's like this. You have the coin there. This is pinched underneath. It comes back. It goes underneath. It's stolen. You reach for this coin as you place that one down, and don't talk like I just did there. And then you're going to take this coin, and guess what? You're going to do the same thing. You're going to put it underneath, and you're going to hand it off into these fingers, and it's going to go with your empty palm all the way up and make a flick and a click. And you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to pull this card down, and you're going to be basically just covering it up with this one. Now here's a really cool thing. You might have saw me do this. I gestured towards this card over here. This is selling that this coin doesn't exist, but it is right there. But you can do this. All you're doing is pulling your fingers back with the coin underneath like that. So you're just pulling this back, and you're holding on to it. So you can say there's one more to go. That really sells it. You want to make sure those are not laying on the top of each other. You can rearrange them, and you're going to be shooting for this target right here. So you come up here and you say there's one more under here, laying this one down. Again, if these coins are sticking out, it's perfectly fine. And then you reach in and grab an invisible coin because it's not there, it's invisible. If you see a coin there, let me know in the comments because you got great vision. So you just pretend to take the coin out, and you're gonna do the same motion underneath. Now you're just reaching up, and you flick again, and now you come out with this hand. You're totally clean. You can do the same gesture just to be consistent. Put it back here. All four coins have arrived over here. Everybody's eyes are gonna go over here. So just casually flip that coin or a card over just like that, dispelling anything that might have been trickery underneath there. So that's how you do it. Now let me show you how to do this with a see-through cloth. All right, so I have this cloth here, as you can see, that you can see through. So it's gonna make this maneuver over here look really good. And you're gonna see everything else as well. And I'll just go through this kind of quickly because you've already watched the first part of this. So again, you cover the coins here, cover the coins there, there, there. Come over, steal this coin from underneath there. Pull this one back, covering that coin, covering the space where the coin was, transferring this one up here next to the other coin. This is the part that you couldn't see before because of the cloth in the way. So now I'm going to show you exactly what's going on. You take that and you lift up the cloth and you just literally place it right there in your fingers. I'm going to zoom in for a second so you could see this again. So up close, you're taking this coin from here, placing it under the cloth, and you're just literally opening your fingers like that, and you're placing it in between your index finger and your middle finger. This hand has nothing now. You just feed it underneath that into your fingers, just like this. It happens in a second. If you fumble around under there for a second or two, it's no big deal. They can't see. Then you take your empty hand and you're just running it up underneath the cloth until you get under the cards, and you just flick, and that will make a movement, and you can take that away, showing the coin has arrived. Now to steal that coin out of here, you're bringing this card back. All attention is gonna be here. They're gonna be shocked that they see these two coins appear, and you're gonna cover this coin with the card just like that underneath, and you're gonna load it again. The whole thing in kind of real time here, you take this coin, place it underneath, you're gonna pinch it into these two fingers. Your hand is going to go with nothing in it under your palm all the way up here, and you're gonna flick and it'll jump the card. Sometimes the coins will clink, doesn't matter either way. Then you're going to pull this back with your right hand. They're gonna see that coin. Now you're gonna secretly load that one underneath this card to replace it again for the third coin right in that spot. So all you're doing, as soon as the card covers the portion of the cloth right here, you just come out with the coin underneath the card. You place it up here, you're gonna point here, all view is gonna be on here, everybody's eye is gonna be where you're looking and where you're pointing. You come down once again, bring this underneath, pull your hand up underneath, flick it again, the card will jump, you reach back, you pull this card off, covering this coin as it comes out from underneath the cloth, and you can gesture over here, like I just showed you. You can gesture over there, and then you're going to load this last one right in that spot right there. If these coins stick out a little bit, that's perfectly fine. They've seen them already, they know they're there. You take out the invisible coin from underneath there, and you transfer nothing, and you don't take anything. You just bring your hand up and do that final flick, having all the coins appear underneath this card. They're gonna go right down here, but you flip that over, showing them that the coin has really vanished. I know this trick might look difficult for you, but it is really simple once you take the time to sit down and practice it. Go back and watch the performance and go through the tutorial again. Put it on slow motion so you can see. You can slow that down by hitting that little settings icon over there and do it at a slower speed so you can follow along with me. If you have any questions about it, leave me a comment down below. Have fun with this one. Well, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it? So here's what I want you to do. In the comments below, if you want to see more coin magic or card magic or any kind of magic that you are interested in, put it in the comments down there. I'll take a look at them and sift through them all and try to find some really cool tricks to bring to you here on Presto Paul TV. Hey, until next time, I'm your host, Presto Paul, and remember, you gotta have fun, you'll live longer.